In my last video, I said something like, but that's just me. And I've seen advice online lately where everybody says you should never say that. It makes you look weak and it makes you look like a loser. Here's my take on it. I say it to take responsibility for my own views. Honestly, I'd rather be real and try to be honest instead of sounding bulletproof. I want my own personality to come out in these videos, and I want to be honest. And I don't want to sound like a fake talking head on YouTube. So if saying that's just me sounds like a loser in someone else's book, then I'll own that. I'll accept that. Because I'm not here to impress everybody. I'm here to be honest and hopefully help someone like you out there that are going through things, and I don't want you to feel like you're alone. So that's out of habit. I say that out of habit, and you know, after looking at all the advice that says you should never say that, they're right. I mean, it does sound like a cop-out. I'm just telling you that's why it came spitting out of my mouth. So perhaps I need to work on that, and perhaps I need to pay more attention when I'm in the editing phase to catch things like that. That's my take on that. Now, the other bad habit I've caught myself doing is saying things like, why should I even try when everything I do fails? That is a total cop-out. I need to stop saying that, and you shouldn't say it either or think it. I immediately think it when I'm faced with something that to me seems like it's way over my abilities and my talents, and I fear that it's just going to be another thing that makes me look like an idiot, and I'll fail, and everybody will say, well, he just keeps on failing. He can't ever accomplish anything. I don't want you to feel like that. I feel like that, but I need to start working on myself and improving myself to the point where I get beyond those kind of things. Because anything to me that looks or sounds or is dressed like an excuse is unacceptable. I need to just get rid of that completely. And you should too. I don't want you to give up on your dreams and goals. I don't want you to give up before you even start, because you're defeating yourself before you even get started. Don't let yourself get caught up in that. I am a fool and an idiot for letting it stop me several times in my past. There's a guy on YouTube, a big famous YouTuber that's a multimillionaire now, who I admire because he started with nothing and he faced all these same problems. And what he did was he turned it around. He turned it around to where it made him more motivated to keep going. And he failed, yes, at first he failed, he kept failing. I kept watching this guy, and he did not let it defeat him. He kept using it as a learning opportunity and a learning process. He learned how to embrace the process of what he was doing. He failed. In fact, he admitted that he failed several times. And he even got on Shark Tank, and he failed that. But I look at it as it's admirable, because even if you got that far and failed, to me in my book it was not a failure. It was a learning experience, and invaluable experience that it got him. And so he kept trying different things until he finally found something that clicked, something that hit, and something that worked. And if he had let Shark Tank or anything else defeat him, and he just decided to quit, then I wouldn't have his model or his experience and life lessons to look at to inspire me or you. It makes me feel like there's a lot of work I need to do on myself. I need to own up to my own crutches and bad habits that I've been carrying with me since childhood, and I will make a video about childhood trauma and how it affects us. But until then, I need to take 100% responsibility for my own actions. I need to own up to my mistakes and my failures and just keep on going. I don't want to let my voice or any negativity that habitually spits out of my mouth for no good reason to stop you in your tracks and keep you from trying that thing that you are dreaming about or you're thinking about. Because you're not going to know if you like or dislike certain things until you go for it. And let's say you go for something and it fails. Well, what did you learn out of that process? The process is more important than the outcome sometimes, I think. Because what it's doing is it's making you grow and learn from your mistakes and your failures, and it's making you approach it differently the next time. That's what I witnessed him do. He kept trying different things and failing. So if something fails and it doesn't work, pivot and try something else. If that fails and doesn't work, write down what you learned and carry that into the next venture. I was stuck in my tracks and living in fear and doubt of even starting this YouTube channel. And I finally got sick of myself making excuses, and I just jumped in. And I know that I may fail, or in the eyes of others, I may be a failure, I may be a fool, I may be a loser, I may be an embarrassment for people, but I'm running my own race and I'm trying to get better and work on myself, because if I stay stagnant, inertia will just kill everything. If I sit around and I say, well, why should I try to do anything when it fails? What if he would have said that? He would have stopped, and we would never have the products and services that he offers today. We would never see a living example of someone who overcame all this. The fears, the insecurities, the uncomfortableness, the stressing. I'm trying to think. I'm at a lack for words right now. But if he would have stopped, if he would have quit, he would never be the millionaire he is today. He would never be a good example for us today. He would never have gotten to where he is. And so I'm just making this video to hopefully motivate you that if you're thinking about trying to do something on the side, trying to build your own business or do your own thing to get out of the corporate handcuffs, or maybe switch careers, that because your career you're kind of burned out maybe and you don't want to do it anymore. I've been there and done that. Almost everybody is unsatisfied with where they are. They want to get somewhere else. But in order to do that, we have to take action and start taking steps toward our dreams and goals. Otherwise, we're going to reach the end of our life with all these regrets that we never did it, never took action, never took steps. Baby steps can be powerful. If you take a step in the direction of your interests and your desires each day, even though it's just looking up something on the internet or trying to find out what it takes to do what you're interested in. Baby steps can be powerful if you keep taking a step every day. That's 365 steps in a year that you've taken. So I just want to kind of put this out there because it made me think when I heard that come out of my mouth, and I thought, did I really say that? I mean, I didn't even realize I said it. So to me, that tells me it's a habit that I need to kick. Do the best you can with what you've got wherever you're at. And I will see you guys on the next one.